On YouTube, there are a whole bunch of people claiming to be mentalists, that they really understand the art and the science and the theater of mentalism. And most of them are full of you know what. However, somebody who really knows his stuff, and I'm a big fan, is Spidey. You have got to check out Spidey's YouTube channel. There's so much value there. He does share the real work. Check it out and definitely subscribe to Spidey's channel. Now, not only do I encourage you to go check it out, but I've got a very special treat for all of you right here today on my channel. A long time ago, he mentioned to me this trick, and I asked a few questions about it, and he told me sort of the handling, the approach, and I was super impressed, and I knew you guys would love it, so I begged him. I literally begged Spidey to perform and share the secrets to this extremely cool trick on this channel. You're going to love this. There's so many things about Spidey's approach to mentalism I love. I love his clarity. You're going to see that in the performance, and he gives you some tips in the explanation, that he keeps the mentalism super clear, okay? I love that about him, and he has a sense of theater. So having said all that, sit down, relax, and get ready to be super impressed and to learn the real secrets to this very cool combination of mind reading and a prediction trick, brought to you by the amazing Spidey Man. Enjoy.
I'm going to show you guys the two most powerful things that a mentalist could demonstrate. The first one is telepathy, reading someone's thoughts, which I'm going to do for Tyler. And the second one is a prediction, knowing something before it even happens, which I will demonstrate for Steve. Now, before we even start, I want to show you, I've got one card over here inside this envelope. This is from a different deck, and it's going to sit right there in full view at all times. I also have a deck of 52 cards, plus the two jokers, which I will set down and I might use later, but right now what's important is the 52 different cards. Tyler, I'm going to run down the cards like this. You're going to say the word stop whenever you like, and when you say stop, I'll show you the card that you've chosen. Go ahead.
Stop.
Is that exactly what you said?
Yep.
Wonderful. I'm going to open it up where you said. I'm going to show you the card like this. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, remember that card, and I want you to see that that is going into the middle of the deck, and the cards are being shuffled, and I think we can agree that's as fair as it gets, correct?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Steve, we're going to do the same with you. I'm going to run down the cards like this. I want you to say the word stop whenever you like. Go ahead.
Stop.
Right there. I'm going to once again, I want you to see how fair that is. Open it up right there, and I'm going to show you the card, Steve. Can you see that card?
I can.
You like it, or do you want to go to the next one? It's totally up to you.
Let's go to the next one.
You want to change it?
Yeah.
How's that one? You like that one?
Perfect.
You could see it?
Yes.
Wonderful. Keep that in mind. And once again, same as before, we're going to shuffle it into the middle of the deck, and all is fair. But Steve, with you, we're going to go one step further. In a moment, I'm going to count to 3 and snap my fingers. I want you to name any number from 1 to 100, just anything that pops into your mind. Don't think of it now. Look at your screen. 1, 2, 3. Name one.
18.
18.
Yes.
That was just random, correct?
Correct.
Wonderful. Tyler, as I said, we're going to begin with you and the telepathy. I want you to think of the card that you chose. Really focus on it, Tyler.
Okay.
The color, the suit, the number. Okay, I think I'm getting the color. I think I even got the suit. It's the number I'm stuck on. Really focus. Okay, I'm going to use the jokers here. Actually, just use one of them. I'm going to write down what I'm getting. I think I'm getting the color for sure. Yeah, and this is the suit as well. I think the value is that. And then that's, okay, that's the suit. I think this is it. I think I'm good. I'm put the joker down there. Tyler, you said stop randomly, picked a card at random. It went back in the middle of the deck, hopelessly lost. For the first time, tell everyone the card that you were thinking of. What was it?
The 3 of Hearts.
3 of Hearts?
Yep.
I wrote one thing down. I promised you I was going to read your mind, and I wrote down the 3 of Hearts.
I mean, that's sick. I love that.
But
That's so
Steve,
cool.
for you, we tried to push it a little bit further because you also named a number besides having picked a card. You said, what's the number you said?
I said 18.
18.
Yes.
And Steve, I had this one card sitting inside this envelope the entire time. I couldn't change it. It was sitting on the table. And it's not like there's anything else in the envelope, just one card. What was the card you chose?
7 of clubs.
Steve, not only did I predict 7 of clubs, but I actually wrote down on that 7 of clubs
What?
the number 18.
That's awesome.
And that was
What?
sitting in front of you the entire time. And if you were here, I would give this to you to take home, but you're not. So we'll do some virtual high fives instead. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Hope
you.
enjoyed that.
That was
That was
awesome.
awesome.
That was so cool.
You're going to start by showing them that you've got one card inside an envelope. Obviously, don't do that. Just show the card there, show the envelope, put the card back inside, and set it down. Now you're going to do a very casual display with the jokers. You're going to begin by spreading them like this and showing them, which is already a very fair display as long as you don't go too far. So you show them like this. Now you're going to show them that joker, turn them down, and set down this one. But if you do it fast and casually, it looks like you showed both jokers. This is basically a one-handed frustration count. Now you need to force the top card, which is that 3 of hearts. Now there's a lot of great card forces in Magic. I used a riffle force. What that means quickly is my right hand grabs the deck like this, my right index cuts about half the cards, kicks them over to the left, my left hand grabs those cards and places a bit of the pinky above that 3 of hearts. These cards come on top like this, so it just looks like you gave the cards a cut, so they can't see it from the front, but I'm holding a spot over that 3 of hearts. Now, my thumb runs down the deck, they say stop whenever they like, let's say there, and you make it seem like you're opening it up where they said stop, but in fact, as you're moving forward, your thumb comes back here and opens up at that gap as you close this one. So essentially, you go in there, you grab there, and you extend the deck. So that really looks like they could have said stop anywhere and that you just opened it up where they said stop, but you've actually opened it up at the 3 of hearts. Now, if this is live, you hand them that card, they could show it around. If it's virtual, you just show it to them like this, and you say, remember that card. Now, the great thing about this routine is that in the first phase, that first card can legitimately go back very freely in the deck. So you want to make sure they see how fair that's lost in the deck. You can give it a shuffle. Basically, in the first phase, the selection isn't fair, but the return of the card is. And in the second phase, the selection is fair, but putting it back isn't. So they cancel each other out and create a memory of extreme fairness. So really make sure that they know that that card is completely lost. Now, for the second selection, you're actually going to simulate the riffle force, but you're going to do it fair because they could pick any card. It doesn't matter. So you run down the cards and you ask them to say stop again. And you say, look, I want you to see, by the way, how fair I'm doing this. There's no question. And that in their head creates a false memory that both selections were very fair. Now you show them the card and you can even say, hey, if you don't like that, we can use the next. You want to switch it? Let's use the next one. Yeah. And they could totally choose whatever they want. You don't want that one either? We go for the next one. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. So let's say they settle on the Queen of Diamonds. Now you need to control that second selection to the top of the deck. Now there's a lot of great ways to do this, but I used a very simple overhand shuffle control. The way that works is this. The card goes back, and once again, I put a little bit of my pinky above it. I close the rest of the deck on top. So, from the front, they can't see it, but my pinky is above that card. And I come over and grab the cards like this from under. My right hand is coming from under, and I'm going to transfer that opening to my right thumb like this. And I'm going to move the deck to the right because I don't want them to see this, right? So if I come grab it like this and move here, and I tilt the deck a little, they're looking at this. Either way, I'm going to start shuffling immediately. But my shuffle looks like this. My left thumb peels off little packets of cards or single cards about 6 or 7 times like this. And after you've done a few of those, my right thumb lets go of the pressure a little, like sort of opens up a little. I drop all the cards like that. Your left thumb might have to help a little bit. And now I take this entire packet and throw it on top. So I've brought that card to the top. Now I ask the second spectator to name a number. Now, I don't always ask that. When I'm doing this at cocktail parties or trade shows, I might ask people for their names, and what I'm going to write down on that card is the name of the person who chose it, or their birthday, or anything else. Get creative, but in this performance, I did a number. So let's stick to that. Let's say they named the number 32. Just an example. Now I go back to the first spectator. I say I'm going to read their mind. I ask them to concentrate on their card. Now I start claiming that I'm getting certain impressions before I grab those jokers. The jokers are almost an afterthought. So I say, okay, focus on it. I'm getting the color. I think I have the suit. And while I'm saying that, my left thumb is going to push that top card forward. That's the second person's selection. Get my pinky under it and come back like this. And that's really quickly done like this. This is a get ready. And this is while I'm talking. Now I say, you know what? I think I know the color. I'm struggling with the value. I'm going to write something down. Here's what you do with the jokers. This is a really fair display. You come over here, you grab the top one, which is, remember, the one that doesn't have the writing on it. You scoop that bottom one like this. You come up, you show the joker, and you say, I'm going to use the jokers. So you show this, turn over, your thumb peels off that top one with the writing. You come here, you show this one again, and you say, actually, you know what? I'm just going to use one of them, and you get rid of this one. But to them, that looks like you showed both jokers. Now that one's gone. Now, because of that break under the pinky, I've got two cards here. I'm going to turn them over, make sure they don't see the face of it. So I turn my body this way and turn it over like this, like a book. And notice how when I do this, I turn it a little bit towards myself, because as I push this forward to a line that I'm going to pull up a little and rest my pinky again under the two cards. This is important. Now I grab my marker and I basically ask them to keep thinking of their card. And I come over here, and the first thing I do is a fake scribble like this, because I don't want them to follow the movement of my marker. So I just do this like this, and I say, I think it's this, and I think it's that. Now I write down the number that the second person said, which is 32, like this. And I keep scribbling a little, because I don't want them to see from the movement of the marker what I wrote down. Now I close that. Now I'm going to push these two cards forward. Remember, I had that pinky break, so it's easy for my thumb to come over here and push them both upwards like this. I grab both from the top here, keeping them aligned, and I turn them like this so they can't see what I wrote down, and I set it down. This is so convincing. They saw a joker go there, you wrote something down, and you set it down, and it's going to be a joker. So to them, you've closed that loop. Now you ask the first person, what was your card? While they name their card, again, I'm doing a get ready over here by my side. I'm pushing that, and my pinky is going under it. Just one card. So the first person at this point says that their card was the 3 of hearts, and dramatically, you show them that you got that right. Boom. Now you go to the second spectator and call their attention back to the prediction. And you take the card out like this. Now, if I wanted to show you what this card was, I would just do that, right? I need to find a justification for setting it down on top of the deck. So here's what I do. I grab the card, I put the envelope down, and I have one of two justifications. One is to say there was one card inside the envelope, and that's it, right? Nothing else. So I'm putting it down to show the envelope. The other one is if I'm doing this virtually, I say there was one card inside the envelope. Hold on, let me adjust the camera so you could see this. So I just tilt the camera slightly down to give them a better view. But it's just an excuse to put this down here. And I say, not only did you pick a card, but you also named a random number, which was what? 32. Or their name or their birthday, whatever. And now you're going to place that card on top, and you've got your pinky under that selection. And this is a really fair move, because check it out. You can turn that double over and you can immediately deal it off. Because of that double backer, that looks like it was just one card. See, if it was a normal card, you wouldn't be able to do that because there would be a face card under it. So you do this, and you can immediately show them that you got their card, and on that card is their number or their name or their birthday or whatever presentation you choose to use, and that is an incredible prediction.
I told you all you would seriously love that trick. It's a freak fest. Can you imagine the reactions you'd get from people doing that trick? Great for one person, great for a couple, great for a larger group. And did you notice how clear Spidey kept the trick? And the way he got the audience, the two guys, to repeat what had happened. He keeps the stuff very clear, so it's an undeniable shunker. It's one of the things I really admire about his style. So, hope you like the trick. Definitely check out Spidey's YouTube channel. Check out his YouTube. I'll have a link down below to Spidey's YouTube channel. Check it out, watch the videos, subscribe to his channel. He's let me in on a few of the secrets of some upcoming videos he's doing. It's very cutting edge, very cool stuff. So check out his channel, subscribe right now. And Spidey, hey, man, thank you so much for truly sharing the real work on an awesome trick right here on my channel.